Arsenal kick-off. This hasn't been a happy hunting ground in recent seasons for Leeds United in the Premiership. Believe it or not, they've been beaten in their last 6 league visits here. They're looking very sharp in a new style away kit, and they're hoping that their football will be equally so. Pires.
Tackle 1. 23 seconds in.
Jeff Winter looking to keep law and order here.
Yeah, well, he slipped into it, didn't he, more than anything? He did catch him.
Vieira. Here's Parla. And now Adams. Lauren at right back. Lee Dixon not fit at the start of the season. That's a long run and an unleashed shot by Sylvain Wiltor. Leeds rather stood off him and almost paid a price for it.
1 minute 13. I don't think the Leeds players touched the ball, Martin. What a start to the game this would have been. There's been a wonderful movement about the Arsenal players, you know, trying to find out who's playing where. It's been impossible in the opening couple of minutes. They've been playing all over the place. Parler's been right-sided, left-sided, central. Wiltor's been all over the place.
Campbell goes for the near post. It wasn't a textbook corner from Pires, but the back heel was beautiful to behold, except if you happen to be Ray Parler on the receiving end of it.
Well, he started on fire, Pires. From the moment the ball was laid back to him from kick-off, someone just opened him up and he's gone.
Adams. Here's Ljungberg. Lauren able to just squeeze it down the far touchline and link up again. And the player from Cameroon, impeded by Olivier Dacour.
Well, if Arsene Wenger sent his team out to start quickly, Martin, they're certainly obeying his orders. They've really gone at Leeds.
Pires. Leeds can't get out of their own half. Kuehl. And they still can't get out. Campbell saw to that. Headed by Matteo. Vieira. But there was an unfair challenge on Dominic Matteo by Wiltor. No newcomers for Leeds United, and when you look at their form since the turn of the year, that's not a surprise. They lost only 1 of their last 17 Premiership games, 9 wins in their last 10 in the league. They've lost only 1 away game in the league in the year 2001. And that 1 defeat that figures in those facts was here at Highbury as recently as last May.
That dead ball gives us a little chance to have a look at Arsenal, and they certainly have Vieira and Pires in central midfield, Mark. Ray Parler started right with them, Freddie Ljungberg left, and Sylvain Wiltor is, well, he's been playing more right, from inside right to outside right, basically, which suggests to me that Parler's going to play a little bit infield.
But so I think there are some similarities with Saturday.
I think Arsene Wenger just sent his team out to go and play.
Well, one thing that the Arsenal players were talking about after the win at Middlesbrough was their pleasure at the movement that they got as a team, something they've been working on in pre-season. But they have got very capable opponents here. And Harry Kuehl trying to start to show what Leeds United are capable of. Quite a big test of Alan Smith tonight. Not his talent, I don't think that too much of that's in doubt. But this is an occasion where his temperament might be questioned. There have been 1 or 2 clashes, particularly with Smith and Adams in the past. Vieira. Oh, that's brilliant.
You see, Martin.
Now, this is something we've seen 1 or 2 examples of already this season.
I think that's ridiculous. I have to say, absolutely ridiculous. What is the point? You tell me the point.
I cannot help you on that. I think I know why it's being done. The referees have been told to adopt a safe approach to the start of games, and that's to stop players flying in, even if they actually penalise the player with the ability on the ball.
Oh, that's really great. We'll just stop all that wonderful skill we just saw there, because we're refereeing safe. That's great stuff. Wonderful. Well done, lads.
Just get the feeling that Jeff Winter is looking at a policy into practice here, and he's got to deal with something a bit more explosive now, involving Danny Mills and Ashley Cole, England colleagues less than a week ago. Campbell. Matteo's header. Dancing touch by Bakker. Viduka. Vieira's strength. But it's seen as a foul by the Frenchman on the Australian, and Ian Hart, who contributed enormously, including a goal here past David Seaman with his set pieces for Leeds United last season. He got 11 goals in all competitions. And although this is a long way out and he probably won't shoot, believe you me, he's capable of it. And behind off Kuehl. Other match tonight, there are a couple of them. Ipswich are playing against a Derby, and there's a goal on his home debut for Finidi George Burley's acquisition. The Nigerian international. It's Ipswich 1, Derby County 0. Ljungberg. Oh, not quite for Cole, who a remarkable contribution in those frantic final minutes at the Riverside. And look at him, he's used his speed to get back, and that was perfectly fair, the challenge on Smith.
Great recovery. That's one of his abilities, Martin. And when you are as young and as fit and as quick as that, you have no worries about going forward and maybe it breaking down, because you have that kind of recovery. But this is just starting to warm up, isn't it? There's been a few free kicks.
Well, you've been keeping the time on these things, Andy, and we can say, what, 7.5 minutes? Yellow card out for Eric Bakker.
I have to say, I thought it was nothing much of a tackle, whether it's just a warning to the rest of the players on the pitch, Martin. He's not gone to ground, he stayed on his feet, Eric Bakker. You know, it's a free kick, but is it much more than that? But maybe Jeff Winter's just trying to say to players, just calm it down. There's been one or two too many free kicks. If that's the case, then
fair enough.
Fair enough.
Hart. Ferdinand. He's trying to get their passes going from deep. Adams.
No, I know David O'Leary was really disappointed in May, Mark, with the performance his team gave here. He called it the worst performance of the season. When you think how bad an opening to the season he had in the Premiership, that says a lot. It was their only defeat, I think, after January, wasn't it, in the league? And he wants them to play better, because they are a talented bunch of young footballers, no doubt about that.
And he always wants them to play well here, because, of course, of his 20 years association with Arsenal Football Club. It is possible that Tony Adams could overtake David O'Leary as the man with the most appearances for the Gunners. It's about 60-odd the difference between them. But Tony, of course, has been talking about calling it a day at the end of this campaign.
Did you see the programme tonight? Hinting that he might stay on another year.
Well, maybe the vibes are good from a 4-0 win on Saturday, in which he played a full part. Parlour didn't, of course. But he's on the run here. Needed some tidying up from Ferdinand, and it got it for Leeds United.
Yeah, that was good play from the skipper. The skip past Dominic Matteo, Ray Parlour, but just played the ball a little too far. Allowed Rio to come round and clear it.
Wiltor.
There's a real Premiership tempo about this game.
Vieira. Oh, Olivier Dacour has kept the referees busy in his time with Leeds. His second season we're starting, of course, and his time previously in English football with Everton. He is a tackler, a challenger.
Yeah, just hacked at the back of his ankles. Again, another day, probably gets away with that.
Perez with the free kick. Henry was leading the race with Matteo and the second time, but on neither occasion could he make really telling contact, but Arsenal have a corner.
And I think a better header of the ball than Thierry Henry might have made more of that. Certainly not his strong point. But he was in front of Matteo.
And Smith gets it away.
There's two poor corners from there from Perez. Hasn't cleared the edge of the 6-yard box with either of them.
Cross cleared Henry from Lauren. Smith certainly caught the eye last week as a lively substitute for England in difficult circumstances. And of course he followed that by coming on for his club to kill off Southampton with an outstanding individual goal. And I'm sure Senior and Eriksson will be tracking his contribution tonight with professorial vigilance. Two bookings already. Leeds have got to make sure they time some of these tackles a bit better. Lee Bowyer this time. Looks like it's going to be yellow card number 3.
Yeah, he's a little bit rash here. Skips away from him, watches Lauren, just tricks him. I don't think he can have any argument about that one. At 12 minutes into the game, and 3 of your 4 midfield players picked up a booking. So you have to be careful. You know that's an area where there are going to be tackles, Mark, where you're going to be a lot of combat in there. I don't think David O'Leary will be too happy that you don't expect Harry Kewell to pick up too many bookings, but the 3 players you would have earmarked that would be a danger: Boya, Baka and Dacour. Less than 13 minutes into the game are all in the referee's book.
Cole Ljungberg. Henry, a little too quick to keep it going, but on the yellow card count, of course, a mirror image maybe of what happened at Ellen Road when it was 7 yellow cards for Arsenal and just 1 for Leeds back in November. A match that was gave Leeds a pretty rarish Premiership win over the Gunners. Olivier Dacour's deflected shot. Campbell closed down by Bowyer. There's a foot raised by Vieira. In that match I was referring to at Ellen Road, of course, it ended up with Patrick Vieira being charged by the FA for an incident involving Dacour.
You just get the feeling Leeds are beginning to settle, Martin. Arsenal really came out the traps flying the opening 5 minutes of the match, but Leeds just beginning to settle into it now.
Mills making some good ground and asked to make further ground by the return ball from Bowyer. It's a terrific cross to really be right in his body shape. Danny Mills to whip that in.
Yeah, it's a decent ball in. The only thing lacking here was someone really going past the near post. If you watch here, you see Tony Adams, Sol Campbell and the goalkeeper, all favourites, all 3 of them, but no one really in a blue shirt attacked beyond the near post.
There's Hart's corner. Here comes Wiltor, so they need some cover on the left-hand side of Leeds, with Hart trying to get back. And in fact, passing the ball here as Kewell took it on, and now Ian Hart uses that excellent left foot of his to try and get Kewell away down the right, and Adams was able to just get across quickly. Mills. Bowyer went in very bravely. The decision is a corner.
Yeah, that's what I meant earlier on when we were doing the teams match about Lee Bowyer. Don't be surprised to see him there ahead of the front two. Always trying to get in centrally to get a goal.
15 goals last season. Fantastic turns from midfield. Already off the mark this season. It's a very deep corner. And just a bit too deep for Ferdinand.
Well, that was the route to their opening goal against Southampton. They played a very deep corner. Rio Ferdinand kept it in, and Bowyer smashed a fantastic volley into the net.
Adams. Vieira. In that position where he has now to be careful with his challenges, and he noticeably stood off. It's okay in that part of the pitch. Kuhl stayed on this right-hand side. Blocked for Arsenal by Pires. Ferdinand. Ljungberg. What Jeff Winter going to do with this one? He's calling Danny Mills across.
Certainly clumsy. I'll say that. It was more clumsy than anything. It was clumsy enough to warrant a fourth yellow card.
17 minutes gone.
He's just almost easing him out of the play, isn't he? Like a body check, shoulder charge. There's another abrasive character, isn't he? Came on at game against the Dutchman. I'll tell you what, he rattled a few cages that game as well, down that right side when he came on.
The history of recent meetings between Arsenal and Leeds United, influencing maybe the style of refereeing from Jeff Winter.
I think that's all part of this fixture, but I do hope that it doesn't stifle the quality that we have on show.
Well, one hopes it allows us to have 11 against 11 for the 90 minutes. But to a large extent, that is down to the players. Viduka. Viduka deep. There's not really anyone to aim for directly for Mills. Kuhl stretching Lauren with his movement, and Mills did well to spot him and indeed find him. Hart. Trying to slide it in for Bowyer, who's cropping up alongside the strikers again from midfield. Vieira. Henry.
Too cute. Too cute. I think the ball was there. He was facing it up.
Bowyer. Arsenal started at the pace of a tornado, really, but by one way and another, Leeds United bedding themselves in. Broken up some of the play. They've got themselves on the ball. Bowyer. And almost working Danny Mills in there, but he was offside.
That's the best piece of movement to put together. Best piece of football. Lovely and neat. Eric Bacca's back heel really started it. Looked like it was going nowhere here. Look at this, running at the ground. Lovely cheek about that. And then there was good movement ahead. Bowyer, Mills, but I think Danny, he knows, doesn't he? He leads right back that he's off. Put the brakes on.
Ljungberg. Parler. Got it wide to Henry as he was challenged. Wiltor and Pires in the centre for Arsenal. The others to come up and join them now. Maybe a chance for Sol Campbell to mark his home debut.
And they need better delivery. The two poor corners from the other side.
Adams! Over the top from Nigel Martin's fingertips.
Great claim from the captain. This is hung up. It's saying go on, attack it. Who wants to put their head there? Well, the Arsenal skipper wanted to do so. Fine save from Nigel Martin, just helping it over.
Cole to take this one from the right-hand side. Oh, Adams was free, but the ball was just too high for him. It's going to drop for Perez. It wasn't an easy one to strike.
Yeah, but he's confident, Perez. You know, I'd expected him to do better. He's given this central midfield role now. I think the role he's happier with, and he gets a little bit of time, a little bit of space. Could he have let it drop a fraction more? Maybe not. Just didn't get over it.
For Sky Digital viewers on channel 404 with our interactive facilities, our player cam now focusing on the all-action Leeds midfield player Lee Bowyer. Dacour. Smith claimed it despite the best efforts of Cole, and here's Mills well forward again. Oh, it was Viduka went to the near post, and Bowyer's a bit frustrated that he wasn't picked out. Here's Dacour. Arsenal have reformed. Dacour does well. Until it became one twist too many. And here's a chance. This is where Arsenal do break with such power and often penetration in the Premiership. Pires. On from Henry. Parla!
Well, I thought he should have played Henry a lot earlier for me. I thought left foot, it should have gone long time ago. When they break here and win the ball, they've got a wonderful opportunity. If he looks up now, Henry's peeling away to the right-hand side. He wanted it early, it didn't come, he delayed. He allowed players to get back in.
Here comes Pires again for Arsenal. Play on, says Jeff Winter. Ferdinand was the defender.
Certainly looked into obstruction to me.
Smith. Viduka on the move, but he had to check. He would have been offside if the ball had been played. And Bowyer prepared to hold the ball and wait to see what happened. And what happened was that he was fouled. Viduka couldn't find Bowyer though, and Pires invites Vieira to try and show his strong running. Bowyer to Hart. And a breakdown in the communications there with Harry Kewell. Arsenal finishing second, of course, for a third season in a row. The last club that happened to in the top division was Leeds United. 1970, 71 and 72. Wiltor. Oh, and the goalkeeper didn't take it absolutely cleanly, but kept it within reach as Henry tried to come in looking for some crumbs.
Lovely football.
Wall trying to get round the outside of Lauren, who had his own ideas about that.
Played Kewell quite well up to now, Lauren Martin. That was a big 1v1.
The chest of Viduka. Back up. This possession from Arsenal's point of view by Parla. Pires on the race again.
He's done well, Dacour, on a couple of occasions, Martin. When Arsenal have broke quickly, he's had to make important tackles, and he has made them.
Of course, Olivier Dacour, since the end of last season, has become a full international for France. And I think he's competing for places in midfield against Vieira and Pires and others. But he's certainly caught the eye. Did well with Everton. He went to Lens, where he played against Arsenal in a semi-final of UEFA Cup. Lots of English clubs were keeping tracks on him when he was back in France, and it was Leeds who came up with the right offer. Lowry. Parlour. Free kick given Leeds' way against Sylvain Wiltord.
Well, this is typical of the games that I think we're going to see this season, where the big boys play each other. If you're going to get anything, you're going to have to earn it.
Talking referees being in the news, Andy, and there's been a dismissal tonight at Ipswich. The Derby player, Scottish international Brian O'Neill, has been red carded for 2 cautionable offences. Of course, there was a red card apiece in Arsenal's opening game at Middlesbrough. And Harry Kewell was caught by Klaus Lundekvam of Southampton on Saturday, and Lundekvam was sent off. Cole, Henry on the left. Wiltord! Oh, I think he thought he'd scored. Didn't perhaps quite hit it right. He was about to leap in the air, but Nigel Martin reached it.
They've combined well, those two at times. Henry and Wiltord. Moments earlier, a great shot from the edge of the box. This time, a lot closer in. I think he scuffed it a little. Possibly hit it against his standing foot even. That took a little pace off it.
Perez, Parlour. Wiltord out on the right again. Ljungberg has come in from the left, and Leeds saw him coming and defended along the edge of their penalty area with good numbers. Mills, who's got 3 ahead of him in this natty blue strip. Smith. Decision has gone Leeds' way. One wondered whether it was going to go with the first challenge as the ball got through.
I'm actually not sure what challenge he's given the free kick for. This first one looked the one.
Yeah, that looked a foul.
As play went on, Martin, I'm well, not awfully sure which. That's the first one. That to me is a free kick. The whistle didn't go on that.
Ian Hart, very much his territory. He's started where he left off last season. A left back with goals galore, really. And as Arsenal were still setting themselves, Hart found the perfect spot.
Well, I have to say, Martin, the wall's nowhere. Look where David Seaman is. The wall's nowhere near back. Now he must have asked the referee, can I take that? Now that's a contentious one for everybody, because David Seaman isn't getting the signal that the free kick's been taken. He's still lining up his wall. I've never thought that was an advantage to anyone. It's a wonderful free kick, but I think if a goalkeeper's lining up his wall, he's entitled to know when the free kick's been taken. By that I mean the whistle goes. Obviously the whistle didn't go. He's asked, he's been allowed. The wall's no more than 5 yards back, and Hart stumped it in the opposite corner.
And you might have just got a glimpse of Arsene Wenger having a word with the 4th official, Andy D'Urso, echoing the sentiments you've just heard from Andy Gray.
I just think, you know, if you're a keeper and you're lining up your wall, as every keeper in the country does, you know, he's entitled to know that if the whistle goes and he's still there, that's hard luck. But when that whistle goes, he knows the free kick can be taken any time.
It's Arsenal 0, Leeds United 1. Ian Hart, who scored in a 2-1 defeat here in May, has given the Yorkshire club the lead at Highbury this evening, and Henry trying to repair that damage. Perez, and Henry's angry with referee Winter.
I'd like to see that again, Martin. That ball certainly went through between 2 Leeds defenders. He's wriggling and twisting here, edge of the box. Well, he comes out there and then he just pokes it between them there. I think that's a free kick. It's not a penalty. It's just outside the box. But it's a free kick.
Now it's a free kick that has been given. Not from such a directly threatening position. Taken by Pires. Strong fist away by Martin. Ljungberg. Here's Lowry. Smith trying to defend from the front with great aggressive running, and he's got support in midfield from Dacour. And Leeds dealt with that well, collectively.
They've shown great resilience at 0-0, Martin. And, well, it's going to be doubly hard now for Arsenal to break them down. They've defended really well, taking a lead, perhaps slightly against the run of play. When you look at chances that Arsenal have had.
And from a free kick, which we did mention before, it was so quickly taken, where it wasn't quite clear what it was awarded for. But nonetheless, it's in the book, and it's Leeds urged on by taking the lead with Kuehl. Parlour. Now Pires. Got Ljungberg ahead of him through the centre. Cole coming from the left. Here he is. 1-1. Sylvain Wiltord with lightning reflexes.
What a finish, son. This isn't a pass, this isn't a cross, this is a shot. But this is a wonderful area for Ashley Cole, and to be fair to the young lad, Martin, he's exploited it brilliantly tonight. Coming from this left side, and he drives infield and he smashes this for goal. It's instinctive, but my goodness, wasn't it effective from Wiltord. Doesn't need to do anything, the pace is all in the ball. Can he direct it in? That's all he's trying to do. My goodness, he does it brilliantly. It's past Nigel Martin before he can move.
Ashley Cole letting fly. It flew off Danny Mills and then flew in off Sylvain Wiltord. And Arsenal will be feeling a little less aggrieved about the nature of the goal that put them behind. They're no longer behind. Mills. Oh, Viduka can turn! And couldn't keep it down.
That's a lovely spinning turn, so typical of Viduka. The only surprise is he hasn't tested the goalkeeper. And that's where he is at his best, when the ball's fed into him.
Well, Seaman now having to scurry as Viduka sensed the chance maybe of nicking it from the goalkeeper. Well, this is always an eagerly awaited clash for fans of both clubs, but for the vast majority of you watching with us from a neutral perspective, I must say it's shaping up very nicely indeed. Free kick to Leeds.
That's all we thought it would be, certainly in the opening half hour. There's been tackles flying in, there's been umpteen bookings, there's been chances at either end. Bit of controversy about the goal, I'm sure.
Arsenal have to deal again with Ian Hart at a set piece. Viduka!
Well, they won't get a better chance to open his account this season. He can't believe it. I can only think he's taken his eye off this. He must have thought someone was getting it. Oh no, it's a free header. Tony Adams has gotten a little bit to sleep, the captain, at the back post. Oh, and from that sort of range, you feel if he hits the target, he scores.
You can't perhaps blame Tony Adams for expecting Ashley Cole to be 20 yards further forward, but he wasn't. And Cole looked daggers at his captain then.
That was funny. Tony had the cheek to look down at the pitch as if to blame something that was on it, or might be. It's an absolutely perfect footballing surface.
Boga. Viduka is just held up by Campbell. Trying a crafty cross. Leeds have got to be careful in trying to express themselves. Oh, and now There's no margin for the wrong kind of expression here for Mills and Bowyer in particular. They've been booked.
Yeah, just got to be careful.
There is a fine dividing line between the right sort of aggression you have to have in a match like this. If you come here without it, you really be put to the sword. But across that line, they could end up very depleted here. David O'Leary's team.
Yeah, well, Danny Mills had no reason to get involved, Mark. Now, the whistle had gone for the free kick against Lee Bowyer.
Lauren. And it's Danny Mills with his mind back on the job to cover, but he didn't clear it. And then, in the end, not getting it away. He's gone.
No, he's not gone off. He's shaking his head to reassure
the back of
I think he's just overworked. Well, he's only clipped his heels as he's running here. I would be absolutely amazed, Mark, if a car comes out. Absolutely amazed. But then again, I saw a few things last night I was amazed about. This is the right decision. His defensive work was good at first because he comes over. But, as you can see there, it's a tangle of legs. It's a free kick. It's nothing else. Nothing other than that. He will have a little word. I guarantee you this, though. Another iffy tackle. And I'm afraid he'll be disappearing down that tunnel.
And Arsenal with a chance maybe to turn it around very quickly, having gone behind to Ian Hart's opportunism. The other left back played a big part in Arsenal equalising. Here's the man who got the goal. Wiltor, Vieira. Adams is square of him. Henry back to Adams. Pires on the right. And that's a little measure of how Leeds are feeling the pinch at the moment.
I think Arsenal have worked the ball at times very well up to the edge of the box and even wide areas, but they haven't quite picked enough quality balls into the box. I mean, even the goal, the equaliser, was a thrash from Ashley Cole. It could have gone anywhere.
Adams. A little whip on the corner from Pires.
That's a better corner. At least this is in an area where players can go and attack it. Spent his career doing that, Tony Adams. No surprise to see him on the end of it. You know, managers have to make decisions all the time, and I wonder if David O'Leary's looking at his right back and saying, you know, I have Gary Kelly on the bench, and not that he's played badly or for any other reason, that maybe he's got to think, if he gets involved in one more tackle, as I've suggested, we might be playing with 10 men.
Gary Kelly, of course, for long periods, the first choice right back for Leeds United, over 300 games for the club. But Danny Mills did very well over the second half of last season. Kelly lost his place initially through injury. When he got fit again, Mills was the man in possession and he kept the shirt. Vieira. Just a little close call there for Lee Bowyer as well. If Vieira had gone down, he was hanging a leg. Pires. Cole. Smith, who seemed to suggest to Pires that he went to ground rather easily.
That's a little nudge in the back, a little trick. Well, I'm not so sure Pires could have kept his balance even if he'd wanted to there.
Ljungberg. Mills to back off a bit there. Pires. Ljungberg. Cole on the move outside it. Marlow has joined Henry in the centre. If Ashley Cole can't get it across, Danny Mills catches the eye for the right sort of reasons. Good defending. Smith after a successful challenge by Bakker. Hart. Leeds don't get very far. Henry trying to slide it to Ljungberg. Not too much immediate support for him. He's kept the ball for Arsenal. Campbell. Lowry. Wiltor. For Parler. Broke down the left, didn't get in. Tried down the right. Couldn't find a really threatening final ball.
Good build-up again, and very, very good movement from the Arsenal players.
Matteo.
Well, you don't want to be giving fouls away in these kind of areas when you've got someone like Ian Hart who can deliver. Scored one, put one in Viduka's head, who certainly should have done better with it, and they've now given him the opportunity again to drop one right on the money for any of his players who wants to go in after it.
From Hart again. Smith launched himself at it. More live Premiership action to come. Blackburn against Manchester United Wednesday at 7:30. And then it's Villa against Manchester United on Sunday. They're both pay-per-view games, and that's the number to ring. For more information now, 8705 160 160. Henry. Cole. Arsenal breaking out at pace again. Cole. The referee keeps his arms down by his side, and those claims for handball against Danny Mills were optimistic. And now Viduka, oh, the flag's gone up.
Oh, that's a ridiculous flag going up there. How long was that ball in the air? That ball actually had reached Mark Viduka before the flag went up. I thought the referee was absolutely spot on with the penalty claim. I think he got that absolutely right. You see Viduka, it's when the ball's kicked. This is the ball. We're not going to see it, unfortunately, but you can see he's even onside there.
Perez. It's level at Highbury. And it's Henry. Not quite for Wiltor. It almost got played by Dacour back to Henry inadvertently. Thierry Henry took the defenders with him, but couldn't quite get it into Wiltor's stride, bang in front of goal.
It's been a smashing first half. Arsenal have been the better side, I think, of going forward, but Leeds have really dug in, defended well with numbers, and when they've broken forward, and they're not shy to do so, they have posed a threat of their own.
Expected a whistle to go in his favour then. It was Matteo coming in at the back of the French forward. Parler. Well, it hasn't been an easy first half for Jeff Winter. I'm sure he didn't come here expecting one.
And then again, I don't think it's been as difficult as it could have been.
Maybe some of those early bookings did help determine that, if that is the case. Here's another free kick in a wide position for Arsenal. Cole towards Campbell, who was pushing.
Yeah, just took a little ride on the back. There you see him right at the back, just taking a little lift there.
Parlour. Vieira. It's a great effort by Leeds to close Arsenal down, but they just couldn't cope with it. And it's Pires. Deflection on the cross. That was really tremendous play by both teams. Arsenal got the upper hand of it because they really were at full pace, and the crispness of their passing. Leeds did their level best, but the Gunners were in full flow, and this corner is their reward. Vieira trying to flick it on. Parlour pick out an Arsenal head here.
I think the tempo in the game's been brilliant. Tony Adams thinks came off Rio Ferdinand, but the referee was having none of it. The tempo in the game has been fantastic.
Also coming up for you the weekend on Sky Sports, Sky Sports 1 and Sky Sports Extra. That's Newcastle against Sunderland. That's our Super Sunday at the usual time of 3 o'clock.
I think the players will be ready for a little breather, Martin.
Viduka. Half time at Highbury. Quick thinking by Ian Hart gave Leeds a lead that Arsenal disputed. Quick reflexes by Sylvain Wiltord equalised for the Gunners, and that's where we are at the interval.